is the volume of a rectangular block of wax. I'm hoping you can all do 45 multiplied by 35 multiplied by 16. So 45 by 35 multiplied by 16. We got our 45 by 35 by 16, and what do we get for that? Everybody happy with 25,200? What's the units? It's centimeters multiplied by centimeters multiplied by centimeters 3 times. Centimeters cubed, because you multiplied them 3 times by each other. Okay. Students are going to use this wax to make candles in the shape of a cylinder. Each candle will have a radius of R and a height of 9. Work out the volume of each candle. Now guys, you don't have to be the smartest person in the world. All you got to do is match the shape of the candle to the formula. All you need to do is match cylinder width, volume, and then you go search in your tables, which are here, and then you go looking for the looking for the volume of a cylinder, which is pi r squared h. That's all you gotta do. You get tons of attempt marks for that. So there's no zeros here, yeah? And then what we're going to put in? Pi r squared times the number. The number 9 is the only one we have. We don't have anything else. So the answer is 9 pi r squared. Is that okay? Each one of these candles is 9 pi r squared. Okay? Alright, deadly. Next question. Yeah, if you want to put centimeters cubed at the end, you're more than welcome. Absolutely. All good? Okay, next question. Students make 100 candles from the block of wax. In making the candles, 10% of the wax is wasted. Now, remember that 25,200 we had initially? 10% of that goes to waste. So multiply that by 10% and then take it away, because 10% of it never makes it to the candle. So we're going to do 25,200 multiply by 10. Press the catalog button. Go to probability. Find your percentage. 10%. 2,520. Sorry, 2,520. Take that away from your original volume. Up. Hey. 25,200. 22,680. Is that okay? Now, what happens to this wax, the 22,680? What does all that wax turn into? How many? Turns into 100 candles, yeah? So why don't we divide this by 100 and figure out what one candle is? So what is one candle? Let's divide that by 100. And you get 226.8. Did anybody get that far without me? So, in part B, what did we say the volume of a candle is? One candle is 9 pi r squared is your 226.8. So, the goal of the question is to get r on its own. You first need to get r squared on its own, and then after that you're going to get r on its own. What's stopping r squared from being on its own? Where does that 9 pi go? It goes underneath, doesn't it? So 226.8 divided by 9 pi. Now, where's the pi button? Blue. Nice. 8.0214. We keep it as 8.0214 maybe. Whoop. So r squared is still 8.0214. Let's square root that answer then. I can press square root. Then I can press the answer button. That's a radius of 2.83. because I have to square root the 8.0214 and the radius is 2.83. Reread the question. Does it want one decimal or two decimals? So I lost marks despite doing everything perfect. Okay, yeah. And a histogram is used for continuous data. Bar charts are completely separate, like grades A, B, C, and D. See the way there's like a continuous data? It's 0 to 1. Anybody from 0 up to 1, but not including 1. 1 to 2. Anybody from 1 up to 2, not including 2. The data sort of joins end on end, because that's 0, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we have to go all the way up to 19, don't we? So I'm going to make each block worth 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. That's messy, isn't it? Would you agree that's a bit messy? Would anybody have a better solution for me? No, like this. Every 2, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. So every 2 blocks is worth 4. Therefore, every block is worth 1. And it's a bit neater looking, isn't it? Okay. I've lost marks but not labeling. Label, please. Number. I can only imagine how many of you guys didn't label. I know the answer to that. And this is age in years. You have to label, okay? Now here we go. Okay, we're ready when you are. 6. And then 10. And then, what's the next one? 19. And then 3. 3. And then the last one, 5. Which is between 4 and 6. Everybody cool with that? Easy marks. Okay. Work out the percentage of children who are in creche aged 1 to 2 years old. Give your answer to correct the nearest percentage. Alright, how many are 1 to 2 years old? 10 of them. How many children in total? 6, 10, 19, 3 and 5 all added together. And we got an answer for that? 43. It is 43, yeah. And then you multiply that by 100. 10 over 43 multiplied by 100. Anybody got an answer for that for me? 23.2%. Now, if you read the last wording, will you lose a mark for that? Have to put it to 23%. Always reread the last 2 lines before you move on. All good? Okay. Did anybody get that question? All right. Let's drive on. Using mid-interval values, estimate the mean of the age of the creche. Give your answer in years. This comes up every year. There's one question I was going to say is going to come up. It's the mid-interval value. They love it. It's like their favorite question. So here's our data. Okay. So what does mid-interval mean again? It means the middle of the interval. And the middle of the interval is 0 to 1. What's the middle of 0 and 1? Well, 0.5. The middle of 1 and 2. And he's right. Add them together and divide by 2. And then we all know that's 2.5, 3.5 and... Now what we're going to do is, what we're claiming is 6 children are aged 0.5. So what's 6 multiplied by 0.5? It's 3. What's 10 multiplied by 1.5? Anybody? 15. 19 multiplied by 2.5? It is 37.5. 3 multiplied by 3.5? 10.5. 5 multiplied by 4.5? 22.5. These are all the ages of the kids combined, yes? Oh, 47.5. Thank you. Thanks for that. And I need you to add them all up. But what do we divide by? Do you know the most common mistake? People divide by 5. Why do you think people divide by 5? There's 5 slots, isn't there? But what should I be dividing by? How many kids are there? There's 43. So we need to add all this up and divide it by 43. Where do you think the average should be, roughly? If the oldest kid is 5 and the youngest kid is 0, where do you think the average should be? Somewhere in the 2 to 3 region. If you don't get that answer, you've done something wrong. So what do we get when we add all them up and divide by 43? What? 2.2. That sounds about right. You all good? Okay. The long story short is, if you have kids aged 0 to 1, 3, you're allowed to have 3 of them for 1 staff member. 1 staff member is allowed to take 3 kids in this age region, yeah? How many kids do we have in that age region? How many staff members do I need? Would you be happy with 2 staff members? Because, yeah. Okay, next one. In the 1 to 2 age range, I have 5. And what does it say? 10. So I have twice as many, which means I need 2 staff members. 2 to 3 requires, can take 6 of them. How many? So each person takes 6 kids in that age range. Would you agree with that? So 3 staff workers can take, but I need the 4th one for the 19th kid, don't I? So do you all be happy that's 4 people? What does it do from 3 to 6? What does it do from the age range 3 to 6? Treats them all there. They're all the same, aren't they? And what's 3 plus 5? And how many people do you need for that? Just 1. How many people in total then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people. The table shows the outcome when you multiply A and B together, where A and B are natural numbers, so A and B have to be whole numbers, yeah? Write odd or even in each box to complete the following. What's an even number multiplied by another even number? An odd multiplied by an odd. Because the answer would be 15, which is odd. An odd multiplied by an even would be 12, which is even. That's easy. Okay. Next one. Rory rolls a dice. The odd numbers are 1, 3, and 5, and the even numbers are 2, 4, and 6. Would you agree we have half a chance of getting an even and a half a chance of getting an odd? It's 50-50. Okay. So you can get even, odds. Now what I do is I move the O across. So what's the next combo I'm going to write down? EOE. Move the O across again. What does OEE stand for? Odd on the first go, even on the second, and even on the third. Let's do the same thing, this time with O's. O, and then OOE, and then move the E across. OEO, EOO. Okay. Next one. Each outcome table is equally likely. Rory multiplies together the 3 numbers that he rolls. Find the probability that Rory will get an even number in his answer. Okay, let's think about this. We're going to go back to our last one, alright? Do you see all these outcomes? Do you see all these outcomes? How many different outcomes are there? Would you all agree they're all worth an 8 each? So each one is worth an 8. Next thing we're going to do is, what happens when you multiply 3 evens by each other? What do you think the answer is going to be? Even or odd? What's 2 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 6? It's going to be even, isn't it? Or you could keep it really simple. What's 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2? It's 8, which is even. So we'll take even. Just want even or odds, actually. I didn't read it. Even number. They want an even number in your answer, okay? So, what we want is we want even, even, even. Now, what about even, even, odd? 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3. Is that even? 4 multiplied by 3? 12. I'll take even, even, odd. What about even, odd, even? 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 2? What you reckon? Even. We're happy with that as well, aren't we? I think we're happy when there's 2 evens, aren't we? So I think the other one's going to be good as well. What's the other one? OEE. Sure, that's half of them already. These 4 all give even numbers as an answer. Now what about the last part? What happens when you multiply 3 odds by each other? What's 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3? 20, which is odd. No good. What about 2 odds multiplied by an even? OOE. Even. So that's a good one, isn't it? And then I think that's always going to work. 2 odds and an even actually work. So that's 7 out of 8, which means our answer is 7 out of 8. There you go. Alright guys. Shh. Wait, 2 odds by an even. No. 2 odds by an even is 3 multiplied by 3 is 9. 9 multiplied by 2 is 18, which is even. OEO, same thing. 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3. 3 multiplied by 2 is 6. Multiplied by 3 is 18. Still even. Right. Anything that's circled results in an even amount, whether it's a black circle or a blue circle. 7 out of 8.